Sometimes the deepest pain in life comes when the people you expect to stand beside you in your hardest moments are the ones who leave you alone. Merciless sound of the machine that was helping my wife breathe. In the distance, the beeping of machines echoed softly. I was sitting on a hard metal chair, staring at the glass door behind, which my wife was fighting a battle between life and death. Just 2 days ago, she was standing in our kitchen, smiling while making morning coffee for me. But now wires and machines surrounded her fragile body, and every breath she took depended on a ventilator. My hands were still trembling from the moment the hospital staff told me that my credit card had been declined for the treatment deposit. For the first time in my life, I felt completely helpless. After 40 years of marriage, countless memories, I was sitting there thinking that I might lose the woman who had been my entire world. In that moment of desperation, only one thought came to my mind. I called my daughter. I hoped that the moment she heard her mother was in the ICU, she would rush to the hospital. But when she answered the phone, her voice sounded busy and distant. She told me she was busy and asked me not to make a big deal out of it. Her words pierced my heart like an arrow. I didn't argue with her and I didn't beg. I simply sat there in the cold hospital hallway, wondering how my life had suddenly become so silent and empty. That night felt endless. I sat there outside the ECU with my back against the cold wall, staring at the dim lights of the hallway. Every few minutes, a nurse would walk past me, and every time the hallway doors opened, my heart would jump, hoping someone would tell me that my wife was getting better. But the doors always closed again, and the silence returned. I kept thinking about the life we had built together. 40 years. 40 long years of memories. I remembered the day we first met, the small apartment we started our life in, the nights we stayed awake worrying about bills, and the days we celebrated the little victories that made life worth living. She had always been the strong one between us. Whenever life became difficult, she was the one who reminded me that everything would eventually be okay. And now, sitting there alone in that hospital hallway, I realized how empty the world felt without her voice. Hours passed slowly and exhaustion began to take over my body. I hadn't slept, I hadn't eaten, and my mind was drowning in worry. I looked down at my phone several times, half hoping my daughter would call back and say she was on her way. But the screen remained silent. For a moment, I wondered if maybe I had failed somewhere as a father. Maybe I hadn't raised her the right way. Maybe somewhere along the years I had missed something important. Those thoughts hurt more than the hospital's cold air. Eventually, sometime near the early hours of the morning, my eyes became heavy and I slowly drifted into sleep on that uncomfortable chair. I don't know how long I slept, but when I suddenly woke up, my phone was vibrating in my hand. My heart skipped a beat as I looked at the screen, because what I saw made my breath stop. There were 42 missed calls, all from my daughter.